Fun.
Live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show, presented by Scott K. Nichols and State Farm Insurance. And now, here's your hosts, Brandon Reef and Jonathan Birdsong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio. I'm your host, Brandon Reef. Welcome to episode number 255. 255 Crossroads Sports Radio Show. Tonight, we have a big show here. We've got the NBA playoffs review, where we are at currently with the NBA playoffs. Myself, Jonathan Birdsong, will both be talking our thoughts, where we sit in the NBA currently. We'll be talking that tonight. We've got news and notes from around the rest of the sports world. We'll be hitting a little bit of that. And actually, we got him right here, our co-host, Jonathan Birdsong. JB, how are you?
Doing just fine, man. Traffic still sucks in the Circle City. But, you know what I'm saying, the spring weather is fine, man. And I'm glad to be here, you know what I'm saying, in my co-host chair duties, man. Dude, did you go down? I missed the rundown, man. Did you go down for the official rundown for the show?
I did the NBA playoffs, a little Major League Baseball, some sports world talk, and then that's when I brought you on.
Okay, I got
If you want to finish us off with our special guest we got.
Oh, yeah, man. How else can we, man? Yeah, we got a special alert, y'all. We got the Mudflat Mafia. At one point, man, Brandon, I thought we had our good buddy Roy. That's his wrestling handle. Just him, but it's going to be the full Mafia tonight.
The full Mafia?
The Mudflat Mafia. The full Mudflat Mafia tonight. TJ and cousin, and I'm gonna call him Cousin Roy so bad. That's not his market, but we'll get all that out. Yeah, we're already on bad foot because they think we were talking smack about him anyway, man. So, like, no, man, the Mudflat
Was that
Mafia
video?
Calling in about it. Yes, that was that video, man. Yes, man. So, he might come in a little agitated, man, but it's cool, man.
Listen, it's all good. What time's he coming on tonight?
They'll be calling in at 7:40.
7:40. All right. So you want to hear Jonathan get verbally assaulted? Tune in at 7:40 tonight. About 40 minutes from now. Hey, JB, we'll put you in that cage with him. Yeah. So we got the world famous Mudflat Mafia, Roy and TJ, both joining us tonight. They got their wrestling show. We'll be talking more about it. But the Indiana Powerhouse presents Mental Madness 2. $10. Can't get a better deal than that. Delaware County Fairgrounds up in Muncie, Indiana. 1210 North Wheeling Avenue. They're going to take on, John, Poison, Apollo Star, and the Ebony Prince. Cassius Star. I think that's father-son from what my research has showed me. That they're taking on a father-son combo. And apparently they've whooped ass on previous father-son combos before. So we'll get a little word about that. And I got to know, when we ask him, I got to know about this Billy Ray. Because if we got a third member on the outside, I mean, we see how Paul Heyman is on the outside at WWE. So I got to know more about this Billy Ray that's in the graphic. Because and I got to know, are they heels or are they faces? Because I got to figure that out.
They look like some good old boys, man.
They do. So we'll go. We have them on later on tonight, here in about 40 minutes or so, and we'll see if they don't drop a few elbows on the Jonathan tonight. So that's what we're looking forward to. JB, real quick, we'll go NFL. Then we'll dominate. NBA will mainly dominate. Looks like Jaylen Brown. By the way, NBA Jaylen Brown is now Supermax eligible after making the All NBA team. So I don't think he's going to be a Boston Celtic next year.
I don't know. We'll talk about that a little later.
We'll hit that up. NFL, John, the NFL schedule comes out tomorrow. We already know the opponents. We talked about the Colts schedule already. Some of the international games and stuff came out. It came out this morning that the Colts are going to be taking on the New England Patriots in Germany. Going to be about the same weather in November 12th, I think.
Right.
But it's not in New England. So that is a win-win for the Colts, I would say, taking on New England there.
Yeah. Brandon, ever since you've known me, since our Best Buy days, right, since we go back that long, I have never been a proponent of NFL Europe or any type of let's build, like maybe having one big kickoff game over there. It's like, or even like a mid-season situation, I'm good with, man. But like, I really don't like, you know what I'm saying, from a fan's digestible, and I get it, they're still growing, but like, how long is it going to take to grow?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, because they were debating on local radio today, as I think the coach said, I don't know, it's down a little, the depth chart, coach got a kicker or something. He's from Germany or Austria. I don't know. He's a European, right? And like, oh, they threw it out there, Brandon. Like, will there be an ever dominant MVP caliber NFL player like there is in the NBA, where, you know, you have a Giannis MVP, you know, Joker was the MVP, now Joel Embiid MVP, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there ever will be, man. The game has not transcended that fast over there, man. But it's exciting for them. They like to see it, but like, as far, I mean, it kind of sucks because then you know what I'm saying, as a you look as a, you know what I'm saying, as a national, you know what I'm saying, in America you miss a home game. You know what I mean? So it kind of sucks, man. But the excitement is out there. I don't want to poo-poo it totally, man. Especially from the coach standpoint, man. You get to play on an international stage. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want to go over there and look tragic, especially against the New England Patriots. But Brandon, I doubt it if you know what I'm saying, we got the new flashy quarterback out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, during that game. But who knows, man? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Somebody gets hurt, whatever. You never know. I'm not wishing that on, but you never know what could happen in between now and then. But like, no, man. You know, the NFL's trying to grow its brand, man, and there it goes, man. They're gonna that's a splash game right there. Colts versus Patriots. It's gonna be going down in Germany. Brandon, heck, I think our sponsor is going. I think CSR Nichols. He told me.
Is he taking
earlier
us?
that
Is he taking Crossroads?
Oh man, hey, sponsorship is one thing.
Hey, shoot your shot, was I was always told. So
you're right. Like, nah, man.
I think,
Brandon, let me ask you this, man. Why is it always AFC South teams that got to go?
It's the worst division in football.
Damn. Man, you're going to get his banned. You already got his banned in Milwaukee.
You have to get some hype. You have to get some hype for the AFC South there, because it's either have them go overseas and play where you're going to get a little bit more eyes, and definitely the European games you'll be watching it, or you get them on the Thursday night on Amazon and it's a snooze fest. So you take your pick.
Ooh.
The Jaguars have 2 home games that are going to be played there. I think it's getting closer and closer for them to be an official team over there. It's 2 games this year. You watch next year, it might be 3 or 4. It's working its way there. I have no problem with the international games. You get good attendance. People get booked packages over there. I know flights are expensive. They were talking this morning. Flights look atrocious over there currently. But no, it's cool to see Colts Patriots. Hey, it's a win for the Colts. They don't have to go to Foxborough this year. I'm excited tomorrow to see the schedule, see when my Steelers come to town here in Indianapolis. I'll be at that game, so I can go ahead and put it on the old calendar, make sure it's marked. There wasn't a lot of marquee quarterbacks on the Colts schedule this year, so I think they're going to be sitting kind of pretty scheduling wise by not having to face a lot of primetime quarterbacks here in Indianapolis. So we'll see there. John, it was reported, and there's conflicting reports, that the Commanders reached out to Andrew Luck to be their quarterback before getting Wentz. Luck's people have said no. Irsay says that's tampering. What do we take of all this?
Man, we take that Daniel Snyder and Jim Irsay really don't like one another. And for real life situation. Andrew Luck is not coming back in any way, shape, or form, but that doesn't mean as a power broker in the NFL, you don't feel like you can have that conversation. Daniel Snyder feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. And we all know, right, he doesn't know the team right now. So these how how long this story happened, like how far, you know what I mean? We don't know. All that. It's kind of like out coming out. Jim Irsay automatically came out and was like, yo, if we would get draft compensation on this. Like, man, look, Andrew Luck ain't coming back. And if he comes back, like, what's that going to look like?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know people, it should automatically raise anybody's ears because the way Andrew Luck kind of retired, like out of the blue, but like I think we are very far away from any type of Andrew Luck comeback story.
Okay. I will say, John, diving over to the NBA, we'll talk about this first because it's out just now. The NBA has announced their all-NBA team voting, and I've got the results right here for it all. Obviously, we've talked about Supermaxes. You can qualify for a Supermax if you get on one of the top 3 NBA first team, second team, and third teams. I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown. First team all-NBA, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilchrist had 63 first-team votes. All-NBA second team is the Joker, Donovan Mitchell, Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had 1 first-team vote, 45 second-team votes. He was the last one on the Kia second team. Third team, Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Damian Lillard, Julius Randle, and the last one for third-team votes to get in, LeBron James. Some notable names, John, not in the top in the All-NBA. The number one is who missed out, Ja Morant. Are we shocked?
You said, are we shocked?
Yes. That he didn't make first, second, or third team NBA.
When you say he's not on there, yes. So it seems like they kind of penalizing him for the off-court stuff and the way Memphis fizzled out because he is the leader of the team. Because somebody's gonna take a boo-boo job.
He's not the number one miss. I'm sorry, he's number 2. He wasn't even the number 1 guy that missed All NBA. The number one.
I'm saying he missed a game.
Yeah, the number one that missed was Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen was the first one to miss.
He had it, man. He was on fire for the first 60 days.
Yeah,
he was on fire.
Markkanen, Ja Morant, Drew Holiday, and Kevin Durant. Those were your top 4 that missed.
I got no problem with some of those names being on there.
And,
okay.
And Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Yeah, I got no problem with some of those names being missed. Ja Morant seems like it's a penalty, though, to be honest with you, because they were playing well. And then when he went out, that's when they kind of had their slide. They were visually inconsistent on the road anyway this year. But that's kind of a snub. And it kind of smells like, and it's okay. I guess it's okay because it's a fraternity of writers that has a bond with the NBA Players Association and NBA, NBA altogether. That like, hey man, this is what, hey dude, represent. It's one thing to be an active fool, but like you act a fool like in real time on camera, like so. I get it.
Yeah, he had 0 first-team votes, 10 second-team votes, and 14 third-team votes. So total 44. Do we even think LeBron? Yeah, as Justin Fox said, I mean, LeBron made third team. Do we think did he really deserve to make third team, or they just said, hey, it's LB, let's put him in there?
Man, he had some games, man, where he was pulling. He pulled the.
Yeah, but I would have probably put AD in over LeBron for third team. I probably would have.
You mean day to day, David? Day to day.
Street clothes. I think I would have put him in over LeBron. They wouldn't. I know you can't look at the playoffs, but they wouldn't be where the hell they're at right now if it wasn't for Anthony Davis.
I think, man, nah. LeBron carried a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? Until Anthony Davis kind of woke up in the last month and a half of the season, man, and it's definitely he's woken up in these playoffs. So
right.
It's I guess it's a coin toss, man, between those two. The Lakers. The version of the Lakers that we see now was not the version of the Lakers. Obviously, post, you know what I'm saying, before the Westbrook trade, before everything got shaken up. So,
right.
But I would say LeBron's numbers I would say that the reason why they put LeBron, come on, man, he broke Kareem's record. You know what I'm saying? He had those, he had a couple burger games this year before he had that injury that kind of set him out. And then he said, I talked to LeBron foot doctors, you know what I'm saying? So like, nah, man, I got a problem with LeBron being on third team. I know the internet's probably gonna lose their mind though.
Local flavor here. Tyrese Halliburton had one vote for a third team, so he did get one vote.
Was it Wally? Wally Serbiak voted for him?
He had the same amount of votes as Zach LaVine and Paul George.
Hey man, man, don't just glaze over that Sabonis. I know we can crap on Sabonis.
Yeah, let's talk it.
Because he didn't show up. Well, that's Game 7. Kevin Looney looked like an all-star, and Sabonis didn't. But
he missed.
Sabonis,
he missed the second team by 22 points.
Yeah, Sabonis put together a very good, season, and I guess the challenge for him and the criticism that I have for him is like, man, what is it going to be? Where dude, put some of the ownership on your shoulders, man. Like, I think that's the reason why he's well traveled, Brandon. Like, he has it up to a certain point.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a fizzle. Like they didn't believe in the campaign in Oklahoma. At a certain point, like here at the Pacers, man, I think they wanted him to be more of a leader. And I don't necessarily know if that's the case, man, but like that might be what he needs to take to take the next step. They needed him to be a bigger impact role in during that Game 7 against in Sacramento versus the Warriors, man. And again, man, making the All NBA squad is great for Sabonis, man. But like the kid got better game and potential. You know what I'm saying? They should be playing against the Lakers, not the. You know what I'm saying? If he shows up, like he shows up in the regular season, they play against the Lakers right now and not the Warriors. That's all. I mean, that's the kind of criticism I have for Sabonis.
Yeah. Justin Fox wanted me to ask, are you sure Davis or LeBron should have even been on a team?
If you're in the playoffs, man, you got to have some type of representation, don't you?
Well, Damian Lillard was on NBA All-Third team, and their team was trash.
Again, look at okay, man. Look at those burger numbers he put up. I think before the All-Star break, people were going crazy talking about it's day time and this, that, and other, man. So we have to remember the NBA season is not just the last 3 months that we remember. It's from god awful. Where y'all people don't be watching. Not saying Justin Fox, but where y'all people don't be watching in late August. And those, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of guys got their NBA all whatever. You know what I'm saying. August through November.
By the way, I started getting not hate mail but hate tweets, John. The city of Milwaukee is not a fan of me after last week's show.
Brandon, Milwaukee.
They came after me.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine. You said Kevin Durant never, ever will win a championship ever again.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about him because let me go ahead and the bagpipes are playing.
They're rowdy.
It's a wrap. It is a wrap. Kevin Durant had the chance, the moment that he could have went out there and said that I'm going to be the dominant player that I am, and I'm going to lead my Phoenix Suns team. And what'd he do? Come on, man. John, this guy, he needs apparently to ride, as big as he is, he needs to ride more coattails because he can't fit on the ones of Devin Booker and then that much. Kevin Durant has declined more. Kevin Durant has declined quicker than LeBron James or anybody else.
Sure.
I know he has had more significant injuries.
Come on, Brandon. They bounced back. You got to give them that. They bounced back. We thought they were dead in the water. They
still dead, John. No, every once in a while somebody gets a heartbeat when they're coming back from a heart attack, and then it flatlines. That's what this is. It's just delaying the inevitable.
They would have to play real special. And they played, him and Devin Booker put up some great epic numbers. I think Devin Booker, what did he shoot, like 70%? And he's a shooting guard. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like Kevin Durant, they'd had to put up like they scored 80 to get it 2-2. I thought in this series, Brandon, you got to stay up late anyway to watch any of these damn games on the West Coast.
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
it's killing me.
But like, nah, man, I thought that it would have been like a gentleman's sweep. Honestly, kind of what based on the matchups. I think what I watched was a different Denver team like trotting up. They're not necessarily known for their defense or anything like that, but they were trotting up. You know what I'm saying? And then Phoenix, they weren't. Don't get it twisted. Joker is not going to ever be confused with being Dikembe Mutombo. You know what I'm saying? As far as blocking shots and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? He's an offensive type of minded player. But again, this team is veteran enough. They've been together for however long. You know what I'm saying? They are disciplined enough to not necessarily. I think they counted. Like, you're right when you say dead in the water. I put a little respect on Kevin Durant's name and potentially Chris Paul if he returns.
Yeah, he's coming back.
But like, nah, man.
Hey, shout out Kevin Durant. Shout out Kevin Durant shooting 6 of 27 from 3. I mean, 6 of 27 from 3. Prime time.
I would thought Porter Jr. and some of the other wing players. Dude, Christian Braun, you see that? Christian Braun, can you believe that? From Kansas.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Is out here, you know what I'm saying, getting picks on bad Kevin Durant air passes, man. So, like, no, man, Denver is a quality. Always been a quality team. They added some pieces. If anybody remembers Bruce Bowen from the Brooklyn Nets, I know people clowned him when he played for them. But in this role, you know what I'm saying, coming off the bench, they like his energy and offense that comes off the bench. I just thought Denver would have kind of already gentlemen swept them by now. They've got a little inconsistent in their scoring in their attack. But like I said, man, I think Denver is headed to the West Conference Finals.
Yeah, the spat between Joker, you know, and I hear a lot about with Joker, if he, you know, does he deserve? I mean, he had his 2 MVPs, but there's a lot of Joker hate out there, and yeah, he may not be the most likable guy, and he may not be the best looking guy. I don't mind his game. He does kind of play that bully ball a little bit, which, you know, every team's got to have a guy like that. If Miles Turner could have an ounce of that, I would appreciate it.
Oh my God!
But
pass out.
But he'll never have that. But yeah, it's no Chris Paul, which we talked about on last week's show. I said, just as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, Chris Paul gets hurt in the playoffs. And there goes their chances. So it's a wrap.
So
Booker can't do it by himself.
You didn't like the Matasheba charge? He tried to take a charge out there, man.
Yeah, that was a good flop. It was a good flop.
Tom Izzo taught him well, man.
Yeah.
Great.
I forgot he played with Michigan State, so that's how you get that rich that quick. I don't know.
Hey, man, I don't know, man.
That's entitled white boy problem. I don't know. I wish I did.
I wish. On the team. He probably bought his way on the team.
Something. He did something. Yeah, he probably did. When Michigan State, here it is. Oh, here's some money. Throw it towards some recruits. Lakers Warriors, John. We got some time. Lakers Warriors. The series is 3-1 Lakers. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Lakers Warriors in Golden State. I still think the Warriors find a way to win the series because I'm nervous for this part. LeBron James and them said in his postgame, he says, well, we just need to make sure we're ready to go and we can win. We win the games that we need to win, or we don't get as blown out in Golden State. To me, that's thinking, dude, if you better hope you close out this team in Game 6, because if not, Game 7 back at Golden State, it's going to be a pain.
Right.
And you don't want to give them any life whatsoever. That's why I think tomorrow night's game, Lakers need to play as if it is Game 7 tomorrow night. Because if not, and you say, hell, we're up, good, we can close them out at home. And guess what? You don't close them out, Game 7,
right?
Butthole tight.
Pressure builds.
Who's going to win?
Right. Remember, remember LeBron. You still have this young roster of Hachimura and Lonnie Walker, though they have had some playoff, you know what I'm saying, performances that have been memorable. Hell, they were crowned Hachimura when he hit. They were talking about Robert Horry. I said, "Whoa, man, come on, man. He just hit a couple threes, man. Don't put him in the big shot Bob category just yet." But some of these acquisitions that they made, you know what I'm saying, during the trade deadline have bear fruit for them. And it's not all the LeBron, anchoring things down. Him and Anthony Davis still have to carry the load. There's still some of a distrust probably in the back of LeBron's mind about how far and how realistically they can go. And I get it. You feel good because you split with Golden State, but like you're right, Brady. They need to think about closing it out, and taking care of business so that you can get a rest. You know what I'm saying? Because like if it's Phoenix or Denver, we think it's gonna be Denver for sure. Denver's an entirely different monster that that you're gonna really have to rest up for, because that guy is not Kevin Looney, the MVP. I'm talking about Joker, and it's not going to be an easy task for Anthony Davis. It actually gets a little bit harder, right? So take advantage. Anthony Davis, man, I watched, man, head up, one-on-one. Kevin Looney can't guard him. Kevin Looney can't jump with him. There's nothing really Kevin Looney can do other than try. Like, Kevin Looney's a little bit faster down the floor than him. That's about it. Other than that, Anthony Davis has all the matchup wins in the world against Kevin Looney and anybody else that they can Kuminga, whoever else they can think about bringing off the bench. LeBron James, when he is passive and shooting them rainbow god-awful threes, but they go in, 33% of the time, I guess. When he's aggressive and gets, because he can post, he knows he can post, man. He knows Steph Curry's smaller than him. He knows Klay Thompson is smaller than him. Technically, he knows Draymond Green is smaller than him. He's been attacking. They all have been attacking. Lonnie Walker's been attacking them. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been settling for 3 points. They've been taking 3 points. And then, my goodness, Brandon, how could you not check me? How could you not check me on the latest great white hope? And I don't mean that like he's a joke, man. Austin Reeves is the for real deal. I'm not saying he's an all-star, but he's a player that you have to keeps you honest, and he's a rotational piece. Whether he's with the Lakers next year or next, whatever, man, he's a rotational piece because he gets to the line. He makes, he's not Caruso, so don't get, he's not that defensive guy, but he makes smart plays, offensive defense, and they like him, man. I mean, he fits well. He actually fits a little bit better in the offense than a Caruso or Westbrook did. So take advantage, man. Y'all are up. You know what I'm saying? Make Anthony Davis, challenge him again. That's what I would say for LeBron and the team, challenge him again. And if Anthony Davis wants to play like a, second grader, then LeBron, you got to put the activation, the old man ain't old just yet, and close the Warriors out.
Okay. Heat and Knicks. Somebody let me know when Julius Randle can be found. The guy for the second straight year shows up in the regular season, and then in the playoffs, I don't know what happens. And he's trying to call out people to play harder, which I think that's a problem with himself as well, and he's looking in the mirror. The Heat are playing the Knicks style of basketball. I don't know if the Knicks thought the Heat would come in, and it's like, oh, my God, the aura of Madison Square Garden and the crowd, and they can't handle it, just like the Cleveland Cavaliers when they folded when they came to MSG. The Heat looked at it, spit in their face, and said, we ain't bothered by this. And they go out there and they play their style of game, that bully ball, that physical ball. And it's kind of a sucker punch to the New York Knicks' in the face. And it's like a standing 10 count. And right now they're at 8. Tonight could be it. I don't know if the Knicks got what it takes to come back in this, John. I know it's 3-1, and it's easy to say, hey, it's a wrap, but I'd like to see some life out of the Knicks in this series. I would.
Man, I don't know if that's going to happen, man.
Do you trust Jaylen Brown or Brunson?
You said Brunson?
Brunson.
Well, hey, man, again, all these guys are capable of going off at any night and having a great game. Brandon is our homie, is the coach on his way out. That's what I asked. Have they tuned him out? Okay, that's one. The Knicks have to look at this as a period of growth. I'm talking about the organization, not the fan base. The fan base is like, why can't we beat Miami? And I'm like, man, y'all don't have the mental just yet. And technically, Brandon, I don't really think they have the star player, a superstar player. They have an all-star player, You know what I'm saying? And Julius Randle.
Right.
But right now, what I'm saying is right now he's the leader. But I don't think on a championship team he would be the 1A.
No.
I don't even think he'd be the 1C. I don't even think he'd be the 1C. You know what I mean? And that's not disrespectful, but that's just saying he's more of a second tier. Like, he takes too many bad shots.
A lot of bad shots.
Even when he has the advantage, he's like 6'9.5", and he has a smaller guy on him. What this guy do at least win tonight is potentially try to unleash some of the younger guys. Obi Toppin has to have a better game.
Quickly.
Earlier on in the playoffs, he was hitting shots. Our guy is still young from Duke, so I think a lot of times people think that he's supposed to be more of a dynamic Tracy McGrady kind of player, and he's not even. I mean, I don't think that's his skill set. His skill set is more of score and finder. RJ makes the right plays. You know what I'm saying? But they got to figure out defensively how to stop Jimmy Butler. Are you serious?
But remember, the story I read before the series was that Tibbs knows how to stop him. I have not seen that.
So if he told that to the brass in New York, his bosses, he's gonna get fired. He'll get to another team. Houston will take him. Somebody will take him. That needs a coach. Milwaukee probably won't take him because they try to get better. But Tim, what has been, Brandon? I haven't seen it. What has been the adjustment? We've seen the adjustment come out of Darvin Ham, right? We've seen the adjustment. He at least, hey man, we definitely see Bird. That's all he does is come with adjustments because sometimes his team ain't motivated to play. Like, what's the adjustment gonna be for Tim? Tim's kind of this sticks to his rotation. Oh man, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, he doesn't change it.
So that's gonna be like what could they? We might see the energy play. Guys play better when they're playing at home.
They're gonna fire Tibbs, and they're gonna do whatever they can to pay. They're gonna pay triple to try to get Jay Wright to be their head coach. You watch, and it's gonna be a massacre because it ain't gonna work.
Wow. They already got two Nova guys there.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't know. Jay Wright, Dave. So yeah, Jay Wright. As we wait for our guest, Jay Wright, Dave, gonna be bandied about coaches. I know Nick Nurse is probably gonna be unemployed. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be unemployed. He's unemployed now, but he's gonna be employed here real soon because again, he's the founder of information from a coach standpoint. How could you not think Frank Vogel's name doesn't get brought up, right, from a coach standpoint? But like, and then what's that? Did JJ Redick interview today or something? I think I found it. Did I misread that?
No, he did with the Raptors.
So y'all, man, that Brad, I hope somebody hires him as a coach, man. He gets fired fast. Because, man, sometimes I think JJ Redick doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But like, yeah, man, Coach Carousel, that's coming up real soon. Yeah,
I don't. Here's my thing, and the last one I've got before we move on. Yeah, Tibbs has almost ran his thing. He's had another year. This is the first year, second year. Last 2 years they were in the playoffs, I think. But there's he doesn't make adjustments. He just throws the ball back out there and says, "Well, let's just play and see if something else happens." Some of the play calling was questionable. He's starting Quentin Grimes again tonight. I don't know if that's the spark and that's the change you're going to try to do with. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I hope they don't get closed out, but I might want to start getting the closing duties ready at Madison Square. So,
we might.
Yep. All right.
Do we take a break or is our guest waiting?
Yep, we got him right here. Let me bring him on. I'll let you do the intro right now.
Welcome to the show. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, hell. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell. It's Roy, the world-famous Mudflat Mafia.
There he is. From the world-famous Mudflat Mafia. Welcome to the show, Roy. Hey, I just want to say, I saw your message, and you guys say, I wasn't talking any smack about you guys. I'm all about it. Now, Jonathan here, I don't know. I told Jonathan, watch out. He may catch an elbow in this interview.
Well, hell, you know how the competition rolls. You tell somebody one thing, it changes over to another thing. By the time it gets down the road, you're the one catching the elbows.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't trust that. There's one guy that calls into our show, a friend of the program all the time. He's listening right now, Daryl Cothran. You can't trust him. That if you trust him, you're in the business with the wrong people.
Oh, hell. He seems like good pretty up.
Well, Roy, again, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. Roy, how long have you been wrestling?
Well, Roy's been wrestling 2 years. But my buddy T.J. Baker's a 20-year vet in the business.
Okay, did you say T.J. was going to try to call in or what?
Yeah, I texted him right beforehand, and can you somehow see if he's on the line?
I'm looking. I don't see him on there yet.
Yeah, but
he'll probably read in any minute then.
Okay, that's good. That's cool, man. So
I'll bring him in once
2
he
years.
goes.
So yeah, you've been in the business for 2 years, and out of Muncie Town. So and you got a super show coming up on Saturday, man. What have you done? A lot of scouting into your opponents on Saturday? Father-son duo.
Oh well, Saturday we've got every show's going to be a little bit in a cell, like a Hell in a Cell match, full night of cage matches, and they got the TNA and as seen on Impact, Madman Fulton on the line.
Okay,
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's taking on the IPW Heavyweight Champion Savior.
Well,
we're looking forward to that. Mental Madness 2. Doors open at 6. $10 ticket. Are you kidding me? That's all it's going to cost? $10 to see action all night in steel cages. Every match in a steel cage. 1210 North Wheeling Avenue, I believe, John, Delaware County Fairgrounds, up there in Muncie.
Hell yeah.
We know Muncie. We're Ball State alums.
We know Muncie.
Yeah, we do. Bell time, 7 o'clock. Have your asses in the seats.
Yeah, they have it in the Memorial Building every time. That's their building.
Nice, nice. Well, I think we got your tag team partner here. Let me bring him on real quick. Now, John, I believe we have the full world-famous Mudflap Mafia.
Oh, yeah, you got T.J. Baker here as well.
Welcome to the show, TJ. Welcome to the show, man. We just getting familiar. We just getting a little familiar, man. I'm Jonathan Birdsong. This is Brandon Reeve. This is Crossroads Sports. Our good buddy Roy. Now that we're on good terms, man, we had a little disagreement. Somebody thought I was talking a little trash about him. That's not me. Just a little, you know what I'm saying? Little problem with telephone, man. People misunderstood things, man. But I'm glad to have y'all on, man. TJ, please tell us, man, how long have you been active in wrestling, and like how'd you meet Roy?
Well, I tell you this, man. I've been doing this stuff for, 20 plus years. I started back in 2001. So I'm a second generation wrestler, actually. So I got an uncle that he got me into this. And how did I meet Roy? Okay. I mean, I can't really tell you how I met Roy. I mean, the biggest thing is I've known him ever since I can remember. I mean, it was like knee-high to a grasshopper. I mean, his trailer was right down the road from my trailer. So I can't really tell you how I knew him. He just grew up together. He was there. He had DJ, and then boom, there's Roy. That's pretty much where it is.
So when did all the ass kicking start?
Well, since we were born, I mean, that's all we do. I mean, we're just kicking ass and taking names. I got a whole list right back over here.
So next up on the list.
Yeah, we are.
So next up on the list, we have. Now listen, I think I listened to your most recent promo, and did you guys have already whooped ass on a father-son combo before, and you got another one?
That's right. You tell them, Roy. Tell them who we're going to take on this time. This Apollo and Cassius. Go on.
Oh, hell yeah. Father-son duo coming out of Indianapolis. Apollo Star and his son Cassius. They going down. There's gonna be some mental madness inside that cage. Let me tell you.
That's gonna be another name. 2 names added to the list that TJ and Roy took down. I mean, we are the world famous Mud Flat Mafia. When you get us put in the ring, you're gonna be caged in there like animals. It's gonna be like Roy said, mayhem, my friend, mayhem.
Mayhem. I'm for it, Brandon. Brandon, when's the last time you've been to Muncie? Or in the streets of Muncie?
2 months ago. 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
Muncie. Yeah. I was there for, I don't know. I was there for something. I forget what it was. But it's changed a lot. I'll tell you this, Muncie has changed a lot since I was back there in school. And but listen, it's not that far from Indianapolis where we are at. And if you ain't got nothing going on Saturday night and you want something to do, and hell, it's the day before Mother's Day, take your mamas out there, go to Delaware County Fairgrounds, take your mama, $10, $20, get you both in, get yourself something to drink, something to eat, and just watch a whole night ass whooping. And it's all cage matches. I still am beyond belief that it's the cage. Every match is a cage match. I mean, you barely get that in WWE or AEW or whatever now for one night, for one match.
That's right. We're turned up to 11. You come on and check out IPW. We'll do this number 10 because we turn this bad boy up to 11 every time. And that's what's going to be in the cage match right there. It's what's going to be all night long. It's going to be number 11. Heck, we may even make it a 12. Who knows?
Now I got your promo up.
Oh, hell.
Go ahead, Roy.
Oh, I was just going to say, this was IPW, Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling.
Yep.
Like, that's where you got to be in Muncie. That's the only wrestling spot in Muncie.
Be at. Love it. Now we got the graphic up showing your opponents against you for this Saturday. We've got it so people can know where to get their tickets and where to show up. My question is, I got to know, who's this Billy Ray? You guys got 3 people in your photo there. Who's this Billy Ray? Because the third man in the corner, if you look like the WWE with Paul Heyman, you get a little bit of an advantage. So what's this Billy Ray? Who's he about, and what's his role in this?
Well, it's Billy Ray Sailor. That is our manager. Well, see, when I was going up to wrestling, Billy Ray was an opponent of mine. I used to wrestle him all the time, and then I figured, well, if I can't really beat him all the time, maybe I could join him. Maybe he'd join us, and he could lead us. Because, I mean, this man's got a cornucopia of ideas of what we do in there. So, but he can lead the world famous Mud Flat Mafia, getting us bookings and making sure we've got everything we need. He just manages what we need. So when we're out driving trucks, he's out there signing contracts and making things happen for us.
Okay.
And Billy Ray's been showing me a thing or two over the short time I've been wrestling. I've got to credit him to a lot of what Roy's become.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Brandon, I got one more question, man.
Okay.
Before we let our guests go, man, because I know time is money, man. They got truck stops to hit and you know what I'm saying, everything else in between, man.
Yep.
Where can we? Are you guys on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or anywhere? Where I know you're world famous, but everybody don't have all these accessibilities, man. So where can we find more stuff from the world famous Mud Flat Mafia?
Well, it's really easy. One, you can always go to ProWrestlingTees.com/MSN Truck Stop if you want to buy a T-shirt so you can represent the world famous Mud Flat Mafia out there. Or you can go to my Facebook page, TJ Baker. Or even check out my buddy Roy. Or heck, you can even go to the Indiana Powerhouse, their Facebook page and check us out. We're all over the place out there. So that's the place you're going to see it. Go to Facebook, look at TJ Baker. Check out my buddy Roy, and then you got IPW, Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling.
Awesome. Indiana Powerhouse, Mental Madness 2, this Saturday, 6 o'clock, doors open, bell rings at 7, Delaware County Fairgrounds, Mud Flat Mafia versus Poison Apollo Star and the Ebony Prince Cassius Star. Along with other matches, all of them are steel cage. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We will be in touch again to get you on. Best of luck, even though you don't need the luck this weekend, and we'll be following you guys along.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
All right, take care. All right, John, that was the world famous Mudflat Mafia. World famous.
Muncie, Indiana's finest.
Ah, hail.
Hey, man, I love them, man. Hey, man, I know. Everybody's probably like, "What the hell?" Hey, man,
Yeah.
Those guys are A money on their promo, A money in the ring. I know. I wish I got things to do this weekend. I wish I could drive up there and check them out, man. But if you are in the area, like I said, Indianapolis ain't that far from Muncie. Man, me and Brandon used to go there all the time, different areas, right? Ball State University, alumni. But like it's only like probably 45, 50-minute drive.
Yep.
And to see some great wrestling action, you know what I'm saying, in Delaware County, man, go check them out.
Perfect. Our producer's telling me we got another call. We got to get our guy. He's been waiting forever, they said.
Oh,
Sweet Lou, what's going on, my man?
Uh-oh.
Well, I haven't been waiting forever, but I'm here.
Sweet Lou, It's great to hear your voice. I got to know, and the moment me and Jonathan were just talking about it, what's the temperature up there in New York right now with this Knicks and Heat series? Because the shoulders are on the canvas for New York. I don't know if they're going to be able to kick out or not.
Well, right now we're holding our own. It's a close game for this one. But, ever since Jimmy Butler came back from his injury, Miami has just been a completely different team. And unfortunately, it's been bad news for us. So, he's really doing serious damage for us. If it's Miami, it's about 95. If it's about New York, it's about 40. Temperature-wise.
Beautiful. Yeah, we're hoping to see I'd like to see the Knicks, get some life, get this thing to 6 games, maybe 7. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you were listening at that time, but I said, Julius Randle, it's 2 years in a row now, dude. You've stepped up in the regular season, and in the playoffs, you shit the bed. It seems like, right?
He should his bed, shit my bed too. Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. And Thibodeau needs to. We were talking. He needs to make his adjustments. It doesn't look like he's going out there making adjustments. He's just throwing the guys out there and saying, "Well, let's just see if something else happens."
Yeah. Well, it can't be any more shocking than what happened with the Bucks when they fired Bulldozer this week. So, that was a complete shock right there.
Yeah.
The best regular season record, one of the top 10 best regular season records in NBA history, and they get ousted in the first one by Miami and get fired. Interesting.
Yep. Let me ask you this. This is a hard.
2 years ago, and you fired the guy.
Hey, it's that tough Milwaukee market now. Come on.
Yeah.
I got to know which fan base should be panicking more right now. The New York Yankees being last in the AL East, or the New York Mets, who are 2 games below 500 and 4th in their division?
Well, I'm not saying I'm a Yankee fan, but I think the Mets have more to panic. But I've seen the Yankees fall back before, and they usually come out with flying colors. I mean, don't forget, this is a competitive division in the AL East. Everybody's above 500, so I don't think there's any reason for the Yankees to panic whatsoever, or their fans. If they do, you're going to be eating your words later on. If it was going into August, like that, and the situation, then I sort of panic. But now, no, it's not panic time yet. Panic time comes after the All-Star break, or if you're 15 games behind, say mid-June. But that's not the scenario here. So anybody who is panicking, you're all just a bunch of overreactors, and not true Yankee fans anyway. So there you go.
And with the Mets, they've lost 12 in their last 15 games. They lost to my Reds last night, which was thank you for that.
Now that's bad.
I love my Reds got to win.
This is the Reds.
But what do you do if – I mean, yeah, you lost your – and I saw Verlander lose last week in Detroit. Who?
Yeah. Hey, Uncle Steve, we got a problem.
Yeah, I don't know where you turn. You've got what? Is that number 1 or number 2 payroll in MLB? And right now you've got nothing to show?
Your payroll means nothing. If you're not performing, putting up numbers, it doesn't mean a thing. I've always said that. But if anybody leave me in that,
Aaron Rodgers.
Never did.
He's a Jet. How many wins are we thinking the Jets will have?
They already have a parade yet?
10-7, make the wild card, but that's about all.
Ooh, 10-7, make the wild
Real.
card. John, your thoughts on
He's
that?
realistic. Man, he's realistic, man, about the division, man, and about the potential schedule. I like it.
Well, I'll have the full schedule posted up for tomorrow, and on my show on Saturday, of course. Well, we can't do the whole schedule, but you get the idea.
Right.
Lou, I wanted to ask you another baseball question, man. Who, any teams out there kind of raise your eyebrow? Like as far as I know it's May, and that's why you say don't panic on the Yankees. You're right, but anybody in the early part kind of raise, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I didn't kind of expect them to be this good outside of Tampa Bay.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think it was perennial losers. You know, I really do. I still think it was perennial losers. Oh, the Pirates.
Yeah. Got to give a shout out to the Pirates.
Yep.
Texas Rangers are for me.
Did I make a time machine in 1979 again or something?
I think for me, my surprise team was the Rangers, 22-14 right now. Houston's had injuries, so it's a. But I mean, how bad are the Oakland A's, guys? 8-30. Oh my.
Losers.
And I didn't think anybody would be as bad as my Reds this year. I mean, I still think the Reds can finish the worst record in baseball, so I'm holding out hope for that.
Yeah, that goes to Oakland. Oakland's going to be the worst.
Okay.
You haven't even won 10 games yet, and it's mid-May. Now, that is sad.
Yeah, they're 3-7. Their last 10, they've lost 4 straight. I think 3 of them were to the Yankees, if I remember right. 3-15 at home. And they are going to be moving to Vegas, it looks like.
Now you know you're going to their home games either. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Lou, are the New Jersey Devils on life support? Or have we already pulled the plug?
No, I wouldn't say that. Because I've seen this before. I've seen this team when they were down 3-1 in a series against the Flyers, and they still managed to win and go to the finals anyway. So, over? No. Do you need help? Yeah. You got to get your act together. But going into this series, though, I have my doubts about it because Carolina has a very strong defense, and the Devils have not been able to muster up. Then again, this series has been, lopsided all the way through. I mean, there hasn't really been a lot of close games.
Yeah.
I mean, 8-4 in Sunday's game, and then last night's game was an onslaught later on. So, this series is becoming like a mismatch.
Yeah, it's 5-1, 6-1, 8-4, and 6-1. So it's been wild there.
Yeah.
Lou, I've been
47-3.
I've been facing an onslaught on Twitter ever since yesterday because my Blackhawks got the #1 pick, and everybody's saying it's fixed and it's rigged.
Yeah, big whoop.
So I mean, we got a generational talent we're about to draft here with Connor Bedard. So
I heard.
I don't know if this kid's legit. He's only 17 right now. How do they know he's going to be a generational talent? I mean,
well, the same thing to Gretzky. He was 17 as well. And look what happened to him.
Yeah, they were saying that kind of about. Wasn't Sid the Kid about the same age or so when he came to Pittsburgh? So
Lemieux?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. Me being a Blackhawks fan. My Steelers have. I'm interested to see that schedule tomorrow because another year with Pickett. They've done a great job in the offensive line now. Let me ask you this: what was your thoughts on Jets and Giants drafts? Because I had a couple head scratchers for the Giants.
The thing is that the Jets finally go for what they needed, not what they want, because that's the mistake you've been making all this time. I mean, you had these schlub quarterbacks that came in and did nothing for us. So this time, I think you made a better decision, and maybe that's going to help. And Rodgers is getting the receivers that he needs, so that's just going to be a plus.
Okay.
And it will be a beautiful day to do it.
John, anything for Lou before we let him go?
No, man. Once he said what he said about the Jets, man, I'm all in, man. Hey, Lou, what you mentioned your show? What else are you previewing on your show for Saturday?
Well, we're going to recap the Kentucky Derby. Since he was not able to do the winner because our time has changed now. The show was on before the race season began.
Wow.
So cover that. We'll cover the schedule. Not every team because there won't be enough time. So sorry to disappoint you. We'll keep up with the NBA and NHL playoffs, Major League Baseball, and yes, we'll even take shots on the. Do I dare say this out loud? The XFL trip which is due on Saturday.
Okay.
All righty.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You heard what I said, the XFL? I can't say it out loud. I really can't.
That's fine. It's all good, Lou. Lou, once again.
4-6. It's 4-6 now. The number is 512-543-4662. And get this, fellas. Now I'm on YouTube.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
there we go.
So here's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, dial in these exact words, the Enhanced Sports Show. Remember, it must be exact because if you leave out a word, forget it. You won't get anything. So remember YouTube and type in the Enhanced Sports Show. You'll look at this week's show and other shows from the past few weeks. You won't hear anybody else except me because I have the headphones on, because occasionally they might say something stupid, and occasionally a word that might rhyme with the word duck.
Awesome. Lou, I'm on the site now, so I am subscribed and I'm ready to go. We will make sure to share that as well with our audience.
Yeah, then you get a chance to call in because I got some room available.
Beautiful. Sounds good, Lou. Thank you, my man. And we'll talk to you here soon.
And remember that East Coast time.
East Coast time, 4-6.
Yeah, right. Not Central. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Lou.
There we go.
All right, that's our guy, Sweet Lou. John, I just did it. I'm subscribed. I'll send you the link. But I don't think we get enough. We don't give enough credit, John, for this show. We've got some loyal listeners. We got some loyal followers.
Absolutely.
Sweet Lou, that's Mount Rushmore. He's Mount Rushmore.
Right. I ain't gonna even mention Reggie's name no more after this night.
Oh, he said he was calling in tonight. He told me that 3 days ago. So we'll see if he holds his end of the bargain.
Well, never mind. I was gonna say something blasphemous about the third day, but we'll see. We'll get Reggie some time to call in, man.
Yeah, but Sweet Lou, man, if you got to put the Mount Rushmore of callers for Crossroads, he is definitely up there on that list.
Absolutely.
So, and I would put probably 9 guys on our own Mount Rushmore because we got enough spaces up there for it. So we ain't leaving anybody out. John, I want to talk Celtics, Sixers. Celtics backs against the wall. Sixers lead 3-2. The Celtics flat out quit last night, Game 5. You need to apologize once again to Slim Harden. But John, Celtics, maybe this coach is just maybe he's not good for him, man. Maybe they need to fire Missoula. Yeah.
They're not gonna fire him, man. He's a good enough coach. He's got this team thinking that they could. He's good enough though. They just think they can score their way out of bad basketball, which they tend to play. And they've gone 3 happy, and they've abandoned the mid-range game and any type of let's get Robert Williams the ball, you know what I'm saying, or let's get us run a nice little play. Hell, what's this out there? Horford's out there shooting threes, like he's some type of real stretch center. You know what I'm saying? So, in that regard, especially them being runners up from last year, they haven't played bad. They haven't played good situational basketball. Kind of even through the regular season, but it's kind of in guess what, Brandon? The playoffs are a microcosm of what you are realistically, and it's kind of showed. And also, what kind of showed is some of the drama that they have behind the scenes, Brandon. So I do owe James Harden an apology, but 240 burgers, man. It's not going to erase what the memories of Brooklyn. It's not going to erase.
You don't need to. It's all about now. Win now, and he's doing it.
It's all about now. But here's what I will say, and I said it last week, man. That's a connected team. They know, and they're fine with their frailties. They're fine. They do have a lot of strengths. They do. But that's the team that's connected. And right now, Boston Celtics aren't playing connected, and that's concerning. And that's why they are down and potentially probably about to be out.
The Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown saga, John. Now both of them are eligible for Supermaxes. Jaylen after this year, Jason the following year. I think really you go to Brown after this year, like, look, dude, do you really want to play here? And if you do, you got to realize you're going to be second fiddle, and you got to be willing to accept that, being the next guy, not the guy. And if you can't, then it's time to move on, because we're seeing it now. I feel like it could get worse, but it's coming to a hedge, I feel like.
How bad was it of a spotlight share when it was LeBron James and Dwayne Wade? What'd you say?
It was LB's team. Dwayne Wade didn't challenge it. Dwayne Wade never challenged it. He gave it to LeBron, basically.
Well, it's okay.
And just as much as Shaq gave it to Dwayne Wade and said, hey, man, this is your squad.
Well, he was older. Here's the thing. I'm saying there's a difference in talent level between Dwayne Wade and LeBron, but that was Dwayne Wade kind of like, this is my team, this is my layer of the land. Like, usually whatever I say kind of goes and the ball goes through me. You're right. He acquiesced to LeBron. When I look at Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I don't see LeBron James they kind of even, like, if he like, okay, you're saying that Boston is solely into saying that Jason Tatum is the number one guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say that's true.
It is
if
true.
Jason Tatum leaves him, like, he won't never play with other great players as great as Jaylen Brown, because right now Jaylen Brown is just as good as he is. I did say better. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the closest in talent I've ever seen. And I guess because of whatever reason, they don't want to play with each other no more, and it's a damn shame, and they're about to get bounced.
Yeah, the Miami Heat are going to be playing for a spot to the NBA Finals, either against Philly or sorry, not Philly. Either against
Philly or
no.
The Knicks ain't winning. It ain't gonna be Philly and the Knicks.
The Heat or the Knicks. So it'd be the Heat and possibly Philly. How impressed are you with Philadelphia with what they've done? And you know, you've had your fun. You've poked your fun at Slim Harden just as much as I have at Kevin Durant.
He's played better.
He's played
better. Maxey, you're seeing the great potential that he has as a dual threat. And you're seeing the maturation of Joel Embiid.
Do I think the Celtics can win tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow night they play again. Do I think they can win? I do. I still think they can go in there and steal a game in Philly. I think it's possible.
They are good. I don't think it's gonna happen, Brandon. I think Joel Embiid is gonna go off. And they're gonna put this Boston Celtics team to bed.
Oh man, then all hell's gonna break loose in Philly again. So we'll see. Into the first quarter, if you listen to us live or the podcast, and you're like, "What the hell?" Into the first quarter, Heat 24, Knicks 14. Knicks down 10, elimination game. So we'll see what happens. Kids. But yeah, tonight, I'm telling you, LeBron, do not take this game off lightly, because if you guys do, and you say, we can afford to lose one, and you
maybe they feel like they can get another special game after D'Angelo Russell.
What about Lonnie Walker? I saw your tweet about Lonnie Walker pulling a Kobe moment.
Oh, I never said what. Lonnie Walker? I didn't say that. Man. You got to pull that two-wheeler. I must have been drinking that night.
Well, he didn't say Kobe moment, but I'm just saying Lonnie Walker stepped up, had a huge fourth quarter of Kobe style.
He did. I might have said something to that effect, but not
right.
Kobe,
I threw that in.
I do like to drink a little on the weekends, y'all, but not that much.
Not as much NBA as college basketball, but Bronny James and Dennis Rodman's son have both committed to USC. Look out, Big Ten.
Yeah, I like it. Don't love it. you always have to be kind of leery of celebrity basketball players, how much they are willing to grind it out and to really will to win. USC is not necessarily a basketball powerhouse, but they don't whips either because they're coming to the Big Ten, and like they're coming to the Big Ten to play football. But guess what? You're also coming to the Big Ten to play basketball. And Brandon, like that pretty boy basketball is not going to win you no championships against Michigan and IU and Illinois. So, but again, those are future things down the line. I like it for Brody. I wasn't never an opponent of him going to try to go to the league or G League or whatever, man. So yeah, man. As a youth, again, Brandon, if anybody talks to you about college life, man, you could probably tell them all the positives as well as I. Imagine he's LeBron James, he's Bronny James. Like, think about that. Like, process that. You go to college, man, experience, man, for what it is. Go work out, you know what I'm saying, and experience that and be a part of, you know what I'm saying, what your father never did do. Be some part of college basketball, NCAA basketball. Hell, you get the NIL, buddy. More, damn near probably more than the damn rookie of the year. Victor Wembanyama's gonna get when he gets drafted, man. So I just hope it worked out. Because he looks like he's a competitive basketball. I have never seen Robin's son play, but I have seen LeBron's son play, and he's not. He doesn't seem like a kid that wants to be entitled, or he just playing because his dad played basketball and something. He really wants to play basketball in the NBA someday, like soon. So he thinks this is the path forward, the best path forward to go to USC, play majority of his game in California. That's where he'll say back and visit and watch his games. Man, that's Brandon. We've seen LeBron James at college basketball games now, but now we got a James in college basketball. Can you imagine? And everybody, and I speak highly of it because I love college basketball. And there's really never been any type of connective tissue with a LeBron James in college basketball. Now you got it, right? Direct bloodline. So I'm all for it. Just gotta. I hope he's willing to grab. Man, the Pac-12 ain't gonna dissolve. They ain't gonna treat him like, man, break him like Bronny James here. Good. Just beat him by 40. So, but like, no, man, I'm all for it. I'm glad, and like I said, I hope he gets to experience the great times in college basketball. I would call it college and college basketball.
Now, my Twitter was hit up a lot today, and my text message was blowing up today while I was working. Mackenzie Mbakbo, I can't say his last name right. Class of 2023, 5-star recruit, decommitted from Duke last month, and he's down to his final two teams. He's going to make a decision Friday of either Kansas or Indiana. He's from New Jersey. He's gonna be 6'8". He's 6'8" wing player. Would probably play the wing. Good chance to start him small forward for the Hoosiers if he came here. Nick Peterson, my friend of the college basketball program, is open arms and excited as I've ever seen him excited about him coming. He's already saying he's coming to Indiana. I say, well, hey, that would help the program tentatively, because I said one and done. And really, is that what I want to ask you your thoughts on this, but then also, is this really what IU needs? Does IU need another one and done, or do they need to get guys to build this program to where it needs to be and
Brandon, it's kind of, Brandon, that's kind of a jumble. I kind of saw that, and if he does come, the tea leaves do suggest that he is coming here because Hunter Dickinson is headed to Kansas, and Hunter Dickinson was pinballing himself between Michigan and Kentucky, and then he said, and I know it came out that he wasn't even making six figures. I'm like, I get why, because you Hunter Dickinson. I wouldn't give you six figures either for that freaking game he got. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't fool Kansas, so he didn't fool. I mean, Hunter Dickinson's not no Chuck, but like, come on, man. There's no way he should have ever been in that type of bidding war. But so if they put all their chips on that, and this kid is, you know what I'm saying, who he is, the bill of goods, I kind of just, big cost, all right. Could it be an asset to the program? Absolutely. Yes. But what does that mean? They already got paid. But they already got the kid from Ball State, the Stovall, to transfer. To play, and he's a power forward. So and then there's another kid that decided NIL.
No, it's not Stovall. Stovall's the guy we had on our show. Peyton Stovall's the one that. It's the other one.
Well, hold on. Say about being the other Stovall. Yeah, thank you.
Peyton Sparks.
We'll fix that in post, man. Yeah, we'll fix that in post, man. Anyway, do they have the guard play to keep up with what's needed? Like, I don't know, Brandon. They just put together a hodgepodge of team and Bloomington because they don't have nobody else. They didn't have no Super Indiana All-Stars coming.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know if it's good, though. I was telling Nick, it's great. It's shiny. Yes, we're getting this guy. He's going to help our – but is that what this program needs, or does this program need building blocks, good building blocks?
Right.
Because these guys leave, you got to keep filling in these holes, and at some point, you're going to run out of fingers to plug the holes in the ship, and the ship's going to sink.
Right, because you're saying that's not IU's MO.
Correct.
IU's MO is to try to get the kid anyway that wants to come to college. What? Right. How come they aren't targeting the kid that wants to come to play college basketball?
Yeah.
How can Creighton, they were saying on some show, I'll listen to, how can Creighton have the same amount of money going to his basketball program? I'm not saying Creighton, but they've gone farther than IU in the last couple of tournaments. But how are they out-recruiting IU? How's Purdue out-recruiting IU? They are. So what the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the varsity club buddy? Where's it going? Brandon, that might be the case. They are the people out here recruiting, and the people who should be recruiting, like, they got their head, I don't know, they got their heads tied.
John, I'm looking at their recruits. IU's recruits that they're recruiting for 2024 through 2026. I'm seeing 25 names on here, and they have them in order of, big names and all that. Out of the 26 that I see here, John, how many do you think are actually from Indiana?
I'm going to say 4.
0 from Indiana. Not a single one. I don't. And maybe it's just terrible here, the players. I don't know. Yeah. But, they're going after some of these guys. And, and here's my thing. I think with Mike Woodson, as long as he's going to be coaching this squad, you're never going to have building blocks to build players. Mike Woodson is that type of coach, just like you have these other coaches. They're going to go in. They're going to get these big recruits in here, one and done, try to replace you the best as possible, and we'll see. And it's actually, there's 2 recruitings because, A, you have the regular recruiting system, and then you have the transfer portal. And I'm going to say, even with the first transfer portal, you get another chance because as those first set of players go to the transfer portal and then go somewhere, then those other players think, well, shoot, I want out of here. So they leave and go to the transfer portal.
Brandon, these places, IU, Purdue, even Duke, Duke has taken a couple transfers through their whole entire history program. I bet you can count the many transfers they had on two heads that Duke has had.
Yeah.
These teams are historically built. Like, you come to Duke, you come to IU to play basketball. I go to school too, right? But basketball, you ain't think about the NBA, think about basketball here.
And you hear that? You come to them. I don't see these top players coming out and seeking IU to begin with.
Man, then things got, there's going to be another change.
And I'm not trying to be a hated on IU. I'm just saying, honestly, for this program to have continued success, that they need to go out and get building block pieces. If you can talk a dude into staying an extra year or whatever, look what Purdue did. And I'm not saying it's a great thing, but look what Purdue did with bringing a one and done in there and actually end up staying a second year with Ivy. It kind of screwed up their whole team chemistry that second year as his draft stock started going higher and higher.
Right.
And you have a shorter time for these players to gel together. By the time they start gelling together, John, you're looking late January, and you got 2 months left to play together? And you hope to hell you figure it out?
It did. Right. When Hood Shafino saw the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
He when Hood Shafino see the NBA All-Star game, he was like, "Nah, man, I ain't thinking about IU. I mean, I ain't thinking about IU." But and then the tournament, you got to recruit players that care about going to the tournament. You got to win the Big Ten.
I think we've lost that now, unfortunately.
Oh, not Purdue. I get somebody goes like, "Well, Purdue ain't won the tournament, blah 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 blah." But they can't no. The players and the coaches and the program care about the Big Ten. They're still Duke, Brandon. They still care about winning the ACC. North Carolina still cares about winning the ACC. They still win that championship too. But UConn wants to win the Big East. I would say. But you're right, Brandon. I don't think Kentucky. I know, Brandon. We have to lose some more listeners. Calipari, y'all in bed with Calipari now. Calipari is not Rick Pitino. There is a difference.
He's wanting to leave already. Calipari's ready to come back to the old original way of recruiting.
Brandon, he can't. Brandon, well, he's not as good as coach as some of the other guys that we kind of talked about. But the Kentucky, Arkansas, you know what I'm saying, some of these other flash in the pan want to go through, you know what I'm saying, NBA, they're not going to do Alabama. They're going to throw money around, but you know what I'm saying, that's not how IU is wanting to run, and I don't think they can't go full deep into that either.
Okay. All right, it's a great conversation. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more of it this summer. I just wanted to get that out there. I thought that was important to talk about this guy. We'll see what his call is on Friday, where he ends up going. Indy Grand Prix is this weekend. Tune in, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll be talking more auto racing next week as well on our show. John, I'll let you have anything else before we wrap.
Man, I'm suffering with a little minor head cold, man. So if I sound a little nasally, I do apologize, man. Great show tonight, Brandon. Man, want to thank Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Want to thank Mavericks Custom Motorsports. Want to thank Washington Logistics. How could we do our show without them? When I say we had a great show, I mean we had a great show. It was great catching up with the world-famous Mud Flat Mafia. If you are in the Indianapolis or Muncie area, make sure you do yourself a favor. Check them out. They are having a show. Brandon, what's the name of the official name of the show? I do not know.
Official name of the show. Sorry, call me out quickly. It's Indiana Powerhouse Mental Madness 2, Saturday night, 7 o'clock, bell rings, $10 at the Delaware County Fairgrounds in Muncie, Indiana. A lot of cage matches, all over cage matches. Check out Mud Flat Mafia. Go to Pro Wrestling Tees, type in Mud Flat Mafia, buy yourself a shirt, take your mama. It's Mother's Day weekend.
Right, man. So it's going to be a great time. But like I said, I want to say thank you to both members of the Mud Flat Mafia, TJ and Roy, man. They are a hoot, man. We'll share some more content on our page, man. And like I said, you can catch all their matches in the next appearances on Facebook and whatnot. Outside of that, Brandon, man, I had a great time as always with you, man. Everybody check out the conversation, and the show doesn't stop here, folks. Go to Twitter, check out Crossroads Sports on Twitter. Check out Brandon Reef on Twitter. Check out Three Foods Split on Twitter, man. We're having conversations on there. Check us out on Instagram as well. Outside of that, man, we'll try to be bigger and better than ever next week, man. Outside of that, man, thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and